everyone, it's Cam here from the Remote Gang, and I just wanted to get some thoughts out again in a vlog, as sometimes I would usually do, because I never know. I just spill my thoughts. I turn on the camera and just say whatever comes out of, or comes to mind. See, I'm already messing up. I didn't have a plan for this intro, but I just wanted to talk about basically the kind of, I don't know, existentialism of the channel. I don't even know if that makes sense or not, but I don't know. I wanted to take a step back and like see, because there's some stuff said by some of my friends especially that I just decided to go over and think about. So I decided to just take a moment, take a day, not to really record anything yet, and just think about it a bit. And I kind of just wanted to talk about it in a video. I don't know. I guess starting with the fact that, yes, I am not in my prime, if we're being honest. Like, 2017 was amazing, and 2018 and stuff like that. I don't know what happened to 2019. What happened to me, man? I don't know, but, at the same time, some stuff that keeps getting said is like the same stuff that I hear all the time. It's repeated, and it's like, I know, I get it. You don't have to remind me and make my day worse. Not saying anything about that to any of my friends or any other person who has said it, but I don't know. It's just kind of, I hate going over that topic. I would literally love to talk about anything other than myself, because, like, first off, it gives a chance for me to know some more stuff rather than to know the stuff that I already know. And second off, I just don't really feel like talking about myself and talking about the channel or anything, because I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but it's just kind of a niche thing to talk about the channel for me. For me, personally, I just kind of don't like talking about it. I'll talk about anything else on YouTube other than that. Not really anything, but yeah, I don't know. So for any new people to the channel, or anyone who doesn't know, we hit 2,000 subscribers in July of 2018. There's a whole video on it. You can go and check. I didn't like put a screenshot in anything for proof, but you'd probably be able to tell. I don't know, but this just kind of comes down to the thing, like the fear of failing. Like, is this like the end? Is this where everything comes out? Because I always would like to say, or I always do say, that any person, or any one of my friends, or any person can do a better job than me on YouTube. They can make a better video than me, make better content than me. That's not me like downing myself, but I don't want to put myself on a higher like hierarchy than anyone else, because I freaking hate that. And then there was also this thing where I didn't, in my entire YouTube like setting, I didn't want to be anywhere close to egotistical. I didn't want to be narcissistic. I wanted to avoid like egoism, being a pessimist, anything like that. But I guess the number one factor that I'm going to pick out of those is narcissism, because I was thinking about some conversations I've had with people, and I was like, oh crap, that kind of sounded bad. That kind of sounded like narcissistic. Am I really a narcissist? I was just thinking about that, especially because I never want to be that. I never want to be anywhere near rude to people. I never want to talk down to people or anything like that. I just want to have nice, friendly conversations. It's like a joke type thing, conversation with my friends. Sure, we'll mess around and stuff. But I never want to actually be like anywhere rude to anyone whatsoever, because I feel like that paints a bad image of me, and it puts a bad taste in the mouth, and it's like it creates the wrong impression, and that's what I wouldn't like. So I was just thinking about it. Wait, am I becoming like a narcissist on YouTube? Am I not becoming like too open with everyone? Have I become too conceited and too close-minded? And I was just thinking about that, and it's like, oh crap, which is probably the wrong thing to think about, because it might influence my actions a bit more than I would want it to, but there's still something to consider, and still something to think about, that you're not the best on YouTube, ever. Like, you can be anything close to the best. You're probably doing pretty good for yourself, but you're never actually like this #1 big thing on YouTube, and you're not bigger than anyone else, because because I'm not the channel. I'm not the amount of people that are subscribing to the channel. I'm not subscribers. I don't like saying the word subscribers, or it was subs that I didn't like saying, but to all subscribers. Sorry if the air quotes made it bad, but I'm just a person shouting at video games in a bedroom. What was it? To be a bedroom before I completely changed it. I was just thinking about that, and I was like telling people. I mean, like, people would ask me like, "What type of videos do you do? What do you do?" Like whenever they come across and see me edit, because I remember at some projects and some videos I had to literally take my whole entire work with me, like, to school and edit it then. And I would like edit it in the morning, like earlier in the morning, and at lunch and everything. And I remember getting a question like, "What do you do for YouTube? What is this? What are you doing on YouTube?" And I was like, "You might not want to know. I'm just a person who shouts at video games in a bedroom." And it's like, "Really? That's what you do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm just this big weird goofball who does this random stuff and has fun with what he does. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't personally care. I don't care how anyone else would think. I don't mind. Or if you don't like shouting, cool. If you like it, cool. I'm not going to try and change your opinion about something if you don't like it, if you don't like the content or anything." Which goes also to constructive criticism, to be better. Changing something entirely, I try to avoid. I think I'm getting a bit too sidetracked. What my point is that I'm not... I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I'm making, like, top-tier quality. Every single time I try to meet my own quota, it usually works, but then I'm like, people aren't going to like that. But then again, I don't want to completely, like, change my style just for attention, just for views or anything like that. Just for subscribers. Because I wanted to choose the style that I like, that I know I'd stick with, that I would want to go back and watch. And, which also brings up the question, would you like to watch people screaming in the videos? Or screaming in rooms in video games? Personally, yes. I like that. I enjoy that. But I wanted to create content that I know I would be happy with. And so I just started to become more ambitious, more rambunctious, more over a tiny bit over the top, more everything. In your face. Loud type. I don't want to try to impersonate anyone, especially either. I don't want to try and copy anyone, because that's their style of content, and I don't want to steal that from them, take that attention from them, because I look up to these people, and I even look up to some of my friends because of the content they make, and even, you could say, even if they're a smaller channel, these are, like, still my friends, so of course I'd look up to them, and the amazing stuff that they make. I just make gaming videos, that's about it, and you could say that, or some could say, I don't know how many could say, but you could say like, "Oh, your channel's not doing good, your channel is this, your channel's that," and I'd be like, "I know," why, or not be like too agreeable, but at the same time, I'd be like, "I'm getting these things, I do sit at home and look at this stuff, you don't have to remind me of the things I already know." It's basically beating around a dead bush, and it's like, I know already, I know this stuff, I know the basics of how YouTube works, and stuff like this. You don't need to reprimand me about it, because I already get the gist of it, I get the idea that I need to become better, but at the same time, telling me this stuff and then leaving it afterwards is not helpful. I don't think that meets the quota of constructive criticism. It's like, you can do this better, you can do that better. That's helpful. I know there are some creators out there who have a difficult time taking constructive criticism, but I'm not. I'm well open to constructive criticism. It's just like negativity or hate or anything that's just not helpful that I just don't accept, because that's 100% different from constructive criticism. Constructive criticism, if I can speak properly, allows you to build off your mistakes and make it better the next time. Whereas hate is just in your face, insulting, and then leave. Like, that's not helpful at all. I haven't really gotten that much hate, but everyone gets hate. It's a thing that no one in the world, or not everyone in the world is going to like you. There's always going to be that one person who has this simple thing wrong with you, or knows your, like, simple insecurity, and they just want to pick at you and, like, get you down and stuff like that. And I don't personally like I don't let it get me down, because I've been doing this for 3 years. You can qualify me as annoying, irritating, and I'd be 100% agreeable with you. Because that's exactly what I am. I'm annoying and irritating. I'm just like that little bug that is tearing at you and you just can't get away from it. But at the same time, I do believe that I have made at least some content that I'm happy with. Because, like, I look back at it and I'm like, oh, maybe I could have done that better. Or, oh, I could have done this entire thing better. Maybe I should try this next time. I try not to think too down about it. I try not to think about the entire... Well, I don't like to think too much about the cons of it, because then it's going to influence a bit too much and can bring the negativity into play. But if I try to think about the pros and the cons at the same time, just to be the cons, like, oh, maybe I can do that better, then yeah, totally. And I want to equate that to the channel to see what people are enjoying, just so that I know and that we can actually progress, is what I'm saying. So I think the entirety of this vlog is mainly just to prevent any more messages that I've already heard, but I don't know. There's just this short vlog kind of thing that I wanted to get my thoughts out there and stuff. And I think that's basically it. I think that's all I needed to say. Really, I don't really have anything else, so I guess I'll just leave the video here. So anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy some more, please smash the big one for it. So that's to be the first one I meet. That was a chance to go to your great day. Well, I got the problem this video. So have a good day. Goodbye. See you later. There might be more thoughts that I'm going to think about afterwards, but I don't know.